My second video today, if you guys haven't seen my first video today, I recommend you guys go check that out. But in this video, I'm going to talk about if Hinata should have died. And it's going to be kind of a response video to one of my friends, ShinoBeenTrill. He made a great video. I recommend you guys check it out before or after you guys watch this video. He kind of spoke about if Hinata should have died. And his main premise was he would not have been mad if Hinata died. And my response to that is that I can see where he's coming from and I kind of agree in a sense. The thing about Boruto, which is like very different from Naruto, is the fact that there isn't that sense of death anymore in the series of Boruto. And I want to exclude this arc mainly because this arc does present a sense of death, mainly because we're facing Otsutsuki members, beings that if they work together they could possibly be stronger than Naruto, people like that. But in the previous arcs we haven't really had that sense of death. No one really died yet. You know, even the Shino clones, they're still alive, Ryogi's still alive, Shizuma's still alive, characters like that. So we never really had that sense of death. For an arc to really stamp itself into the Naruto history books, there has to be some sort of death that is revolved around it. Now, I'm not saying that every arc that doesn't have death is a bad arc or anything. I'm saying that if there is death in a certain arc, that arc would definitely be a lot more memorable than the arcs that do not have death. For example, you guys know the Pain arc where there's a bunch of death, and one of the most notable being Jirai. And even if you go back to the first arc where you have the Zabuza arc, Zabuza and Haku died, those were very memorable arcs because they presented an element of death, and that's something that we haven't really seen in Boruto. Now, in the sense of Hinata actually dying, how it will probably affect everybody else in the Konoha, of course it would affect Boruto and Naruto the most. Naruto would probably feel like it was his fault that Hinata died, let's be honest, but the main thing, or the main person that it would affect, is Boruto. Obviously Boruto would have a huge change, even though he has had a huge change in heart in the last couple of episodes. I feel like if Hinata died, it would probably impact Boruto a lot more, and not only that, it would make Boruto a lot darker, a lot like how Sasuke got darker when he came home and found out his whole clan was murdered by his own brother, things like that. I feel like it would have helped the series a lot, but then again, it would be that sense like, hey, we've lost a very close character to the hearts of a lot of Naruto fans out there, and they would probably be mad. And I kind of understand where they're coming from. So it's like a kind of double-edged sword. I really feel like if the death of Hinata would have happened in this arc, it would definitely be something very significant in Boruto, and it'd probably cement this arc in the Naruto or Boruto history books as probably one of the best arcs or one of the most impactful arcs in Boruto thus far. And of course, a lot of people will probably say, you know, if Hinata dies, what would happen to her Byakugans? People will kind of speculate if Boruto would kind of use her Byakugans, or if Boruto would take her Byakugans. A lot of people has been speculating in the past or in the future, way in the future, when Boruto does become 16, you know, after the time skip, if Boruto would actually take Hinata's eyes, if Hinata eventually does pass away. It's very possible. I feel like that would boost Boruto's power levels, and Boruto probably wouldn't have that side effect that Ao had. Ao constantly had to cover his Byakugan mainly because it wasn't his Byakugan. But in terms of Boruto, Boruto has some Hyuga blood. He's half Hyuga, so I'm pretty sure he'd be able to handle the Byakugan a lot better than how Ao handles the Byakugan. And I feel like the death of Hinata, as I said, it would be a good thing, it would be a bad thing, but it would definitely cement this arc in the hearts of a lot of Boruto and Naruto fans. And not only that, a lot of hardcore Naruto fans feel like Boruto is extremely childish. It's like it's not really Naruto at this point. And I feel like if Hinata would have died, it would have probably opened a lot of people's eyes like, hey, Boruto is really crazy. Boruto is a real anime, and this could possibly get extremely interesting. But of course, what I do have to say is that later on there will be darker scenes, there will be death in Boruto. It's inevitable, let's be honest. We've already been speculating if Naruto's gonna die, if Sasuke's gonna die, people like that, and etc. But this arc just was not that arc to introduce that. And I do feel like Hinata's gonna have a better plot point in the anime of Boruto, so I feel like they probably want to save her for something, and we don't know yet, but they're probably saving her for something. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like Hinata should have died in this anime, or in this episode, or in the last episode? Or if not, let me know what you guys think. But it's been your boy Baara, and we out.
For my city, I'm the youngest nigga reppin'. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. I'm a first.